If you can find yourself on this sign, then you are of God's chosen people. Eye, Asha, and Ye is the name of your Lord. If you can find yourself on this sign, your Lord is God Supreme, and His name is Eye. If you can find yourself on this sign, your God is Lord Supreme and God Supreme. And right now we are in bondage, and I'm just finding out that I'm on this sign myself, from the tribe of Levi, and we are the priests. And the first 5 books of the Bible speaks of the law, statutes, and commandments that we're supposed to be doing, and now I got to give you the commandments that we're supposed to be doing that none of us do. And we've all gone off. And I believe that if I know that if we hold fast to Him, all this is going to come to an end. Because we can't keep going on like this. And now God is God Supreme and Lord Supreme. Especially the way the world is today. Look around. Just look around. Look around. It's time. It's time. It is time. Because we were given commandments that we could virtually impossibly keep. It's virtually impossible. Virtually impossible. But the Lord knew it was going to be like that. He said He was going to send us where we're going to serve wood and stone for going off like that. And it says we must keep His commandments and His laws and His rules. For in Deuteronomy 11:8, the Lord said again, keep therefore all the instruction that I enjoin upon you today, so that you may have the strength to enter and take possession of the land that you are about to cross into and possess, and that you may long endure upon the soil that the Lord swore to your fathers to assign to them, and to their heirs, a land flowing with milk and honey. For the land that you are about to enter and possess is not like the land of Egypt from which you have come. There the grain you sowed had to be watered by your own labors, like a vegetable garden. But the land you are about to cross into and possess, a land of hills and valleys, soaks up its water from the rains of heaven. It is a land which the Lord your God looks after, on which the Lord your God always keeps His eye from year's beginning to year's end. Now, this is Lord Supreme, God Supreme, our Lord, who we're supposed to be serving. And we don't even know that our lineage is right here in our face. And these books have sold billions of copies. But no one wants to come from the first 5 books of that Bible when the Lord is sitting here telling us in our face the things that we are commanded to do. Now, you don't think that the Lord is going to come take vengeance on this place? You don't think that the Lord is going to come and place judgment for what they're doing to His servants? Especially when we all wake up and realize that these are the things that we are commanded to do, even though that we are in slavery. He commanded these things of us because He said He was going to send us into a land and we're going to take possession of it. But if you follow the inhabitants and doing everything opposite, you might just be one of the innocent that go with the guilty, unwillingly being innocent, unwillingly being guilty because you don't know your first 5 books, which I'm sitting here and telling everybody because I know that it's about time, because every commandment that you could possibly break, that's what we break. And it tells you in Deuteronomy 11:13, if then you obey the commandments that I enjoin upon you this day, loving the Lord your God and serving Him with all your heart and soul, I will grant the rain for your land in season, the early rain and the late. You shall gather in your new grain and wine and oil. I will also provide grass in the fields for you, your cattle, and thus you shall eat your fill. Take care not to be lured away to serve other gods and bow to them, for the Lord's anger will flare up against you, and he will shut up the sky so that there will be no rain, and the ground will not yield its produce, and you will soon perish from the good land that the Lord is assigning to you. Therefore impress these my words upon your very heart. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead, and teach them to your children, reciting them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. You're supposed to teach these to your children, the commandments. And we don't teach our children this stuff. We let the television raise our children. We let them sit up in the front of the TV and watch SpongeBob. We let them watch the Cartoon Network all day, and not teaching none of this stuff to our kids. And then when Sunday comes, everybody want to go up into their church and bow to other gods. Exactly what the Lord said not do, with the big old sculpture image on top of it. Yeah, that's why. That's why what's going on, and that's why what's got to happen, gonna happen. Because we're not waking up. You know, I'm waking up, but it's probably going to be hard to get this across. Because this is for us. And a lot of people ain't going to know that. Deuteronomy 11:20. And inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates, to the end that you and your children may endure in the land that the Lord swore to your fathers to assign to them, as long as there is a heaven over the earth. If then you faithfully keep all this instruction that I command you, loving the Lord your God, God supreme, Lord supreme, walking in all his ways and holding fast to him. The Lord said time and time again, hold fast to him. The Lord will dislodge before you all these nations. You will dispossess nations greater and more numerous than you. Every spot on which your foot treads shall be yours. Your territory shall extend from the wilderness to the Lebanon, and from the river, the Euphrates, to the western sea. No man shall stand up to you. The Lord your God will put the dread and the fear of you over the whole land in which you set foot, as he promised you. As he promised you. And he said that. And the Lord said that. And he meant that when he said that. Because he meant that. And it's right there in our face. And I'm trying to figure out why ain't none of us coming from the first 5 books like we supposed to. And it seems like I'm the only one on earth, out of all these Israelites that's out here on the internet, when we got billions of websites that's coming from the first 5 books, and that's for us. We supposed to be doing this stuff, and these were the Lord didn't ask us. He didn't tell us. He commanded us to do these things. These were commandments. Yes. And we are supposed to abide by them. Not to the best of our ability, but to our ability. Because he said we was going to take possession of this land, because all we got to do is hold fast to him. But we want to do our best to go up in the churches with our own free will and serve their Lord with them, and they do every abhorrent thing under the sun, even sacrifice their sons and daughters. What did Jesus sacrifice? He was sacrificed. He was sacrificed. He was sacrificed. Then with those sculpture images that be on the top of everything, the Lord said in Deuteronomy 7:26. Deuteronomy 7:25. You shall consign the images of their gods to the fire. The images. Now, don't everybody got a picture of Jesus in their house? And the Lord said, set that on fire. That's how they got us, right there. Right there, thinking that Jesus was for us. You shall not covet the silver and gold on them, and keep it for yourselves, lest you be ensnared thereby. For that is abhorrent to the Lord your God. And I bet you ain't even know it. You ain't even know it. You must not bring an abhorrent thing into your house, or you will be prescribed like it. You must reject it as abominable and abhorrent, for it is prescribed. And the Lord said that you must reject all those abominable things because it is prescribed to those other nations, not to us. The Lord said we was going to be delivered to this place in captivity so we could dispossess this land and take possession. Hold fast to Him. And I can't stop stressing the Leviticus 18:1 enough, because we do all of it. Everything that they do, we want to follow right behind them. Like we don't have no mind of our own. Like we have no mind of our own. And our people love to have it so. And it's like, it's sitting right in your face, everything that we're supposed to be doing, but we would not know, because for the main reason, they switched the names on this sign. Judah today are Negroes, Indians, Haitians, which is me, from the tribe of Levi, which are the priests, Dominicans, Guatemala, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, North American Indians, all of us. Mexicans are Issachar, Colombia to Uruguay, that's Asher, Naphtali. This is the main reason we don't know that this is us, because our names have been switched to these. And this is the 12 tribes that the Lord has chosen out of all the people on earth to be His treasured people. And this is what got us in the situation that we're in today. They switched our names, and as soon as you get to the door, birth certificate, social security number, names, and that's the only way you could do anything. The only way you could do anything. But the Lord our God said hold fast to Him. That's alright, that's alright, that's alright. The Lord said hold fast to Him. And I'm just trying to let you know that that's what we need to do. Because crafty counsel have been taken on our people. And the Lord is not fond of that. He is not fond of that. But I'm going to hold fast to Him, and I'm going to keep making videos to make sure that I try to get the information out there that, you know, the Lord is supreme, and God supreme. His name is Ehyeh, Asha, and Yeh. And if you're on this side, then you need to know that. You need to know that, and you need to wake up and start praying to our Lord. So the things that we want to happen are going to start happening. So the things that we want to happen will happen for us, and not the things that they want to happen, praising their God, which is going to keep us right where we at. Look at you. Look at us. And I'm just not figuring this out.